What's up everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Taylor and today we're going to do an episode of Rip It or Skip It with the Friedman IR-X. Now I know I'm a little bit late to the party with this one. Apologies on that. If you're not familiar with Rip It or Skip It, I'm gonna play through this piece of gear. I'm gonna give you my thoughts and opinions on it. I'm gonna try and show you all the things that it does. And then at the end, I'm gonna tell you if you should rip it or skip it. The Friedman IR-X is a dual tube preamp. It features two high voltage 12AX7 preamp tubes. It has an onboard DSP chip for IR cabinet power amp simulation. There are 3 different cab/IR positions and it comes loaded with 3 different custom IRs. The IR-X pedal features 2 independent channels. They are fully independent switchable channels. Channel 1 takes the tone from bluesy British voiced cleans to muscular plexi style tones. Channel 2 is the Friedman signature higher gain voice. There are independent boost circuits, each with their own volume controls per channel. On channel 1, we have a 3-way bright switch. On channel 2, we have a 2-way tight switch. Each channel has a 3-position cab/IR select switch. And there are boost volume/gain controls that are these little tiny switches on the side of the unit. The IR-X also has its own software editor that gives you access to some secret controls. With it, you can tweak each channel's power amp simulation via the thumb and the presence controls, load your favorite IRs, activate the boost lock feature, select the loop on and off, and save it to all 128 MIDI presets. Oh yeah, did I mention this pedal is MIDI controllable? And all of this can be had for the price of $499 US. Links in the description. So I have the Friedman IR-X running into the effects loop return on this Marshall Origin 50. So we are only using the Origin 50's power stage to power this Mesa 4x12 cabinet. I have that mic'd up with an 𝗬𝗙 Electronics Voodoo Ribbon 1 microphone. It sounds like this. That's with everything at noon. The reason that I paired it with this Marshall Origin 50 is just, I feel like they kind of complement each other a little bit. There's a little bit of compression with Marshall Origin 50, and it just like suits this pedal very well. Let's dial this in a little bit. Now this is channel 1. We have 2 channels here. Each channel has an Each channel has an independent boost with an independent boost volumes. Channel 1 also has the addition of a bright switch, whereas channel 2 has a tight switch. And these channels are voiced differently. They're not the same channel twice, so that's kind of nice. So this is like a really bright. And then if we go the other way, a little bit of a more broad bright switch. See how much gain we can get out of this channel. Let's just turn the gain all the way up. Very nice classic rock sound. The gain range is pretty intense too, so like let's dial that gain back, see how clean we can get it. You know, it's pretty clean. It's like, it's a little dirty, a little broken up. More so when we add the bright switch in there. Very, very ear-piercingly bright. Let's turn the gain back all the way up. Let's turn the boost on. See a little red light turn on there. So, you know, if you want like a little volume boost for your solos or something like that, you have the boost switch. It's nice. Yeah, so if you like that hot rodded Marshall sort of, you know, like the Friedman sound, this is the Friedman sound. You know, it's like a hot rodded Marshall sort of thing here. Now let's go. We do have a cab IR switch here. We don't have the cabs engaged, so we're not gonna mess with that switch at all. But let's go to channel 2. Immediately, more gain, more saturation. Let's just turn the gain all the way up. Yeah, much more. We're getting into like metal territory now. So let's dial this in. You know, let's dial it in like a little bit metal-y, right? Something like that. With the tight switch in the left position, it really makes everything just sit nice together, you know? Turn on the boost. I like this a lot. I think it's really cool. I'm not a huge fan of like this sort of sound normally, but I'm vibing with this quite a bit, actually. Like I'm having a lot of fun playing this thing right now. Okay, let's go to the computer, let's check out the included software, and then I'll let you know if you should rip it or skip it. Let's go. All right, I am here at my computer. I have the Friedman IR-X editor loaded up here. I thought for this portion, just to change it up, I would use a guitar with passive pickups. That's why I'm using this American Virtuoso. It's got a JB in the bridge, something in the neck we probably won't use. This is what the stock cab sounds like on channel 2. And something that I missed that I wanted to test out now is that we actually have like a boost control on this. I didn't realize that earlier. I have the boost turned all the way up on channel 2. So let's turn it on. You can hear it gets more compressed and saturated. Let's go back over to channel 1 here. And I want to do the same thing here. We have this like gain attenuation on the side here, and I just want to turn this all the way up. See if we get some more gain out of channel 1. So turning that up definitely gave us like the same sort of gain and saturation that I was experiencing on channel 2. Let's go back to channel 2. I definitely like channel 2 more. It's a bit more my flavor. Now, there are some interesting things going on with the app here. You can control certain parameters, like you can turn the boost on or off. You can switch the channel. You can bypass the loop, you can bypass the IR, but you can't control like the volume settings. These don't move. Let's go and look at the IR section. So this is a 640257 121. This is a combination of a 57 and a Royer 121. We have these presence and thumb controls though, so. just give us a little bit more variability here. Now we can pick from different IRs as well. So there's a vintage 30 here. We can load that up. And then a vintage 30 plus greenback, probably in an X pattern, 1980 B cab. Gives us like a really kind of thicker mid-range. Whereas the vintage 30 is like a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more pick-attacky. And this 6402, it's like a nice balance between the two, really. Now we can load up our own IR files as well, so let's load up one of my cabinet impulse responses. You can get this for free in my Discord, by the way, link for that down in the description below. This is an impulse response that I made with my 𝗦𝐶𝗂𝗏 and a SE Electronics X1A microphone. Now, obviously I'm biased here. I like my IR a little bit more, but you know, your mileage may vary. You know, that's the thing that I really like this sort of sound for. This isn't a tone I would like traditionally seek out, but I think it sounds really good if you were trying to accent like the high notes in your playing, especially if you're doing like a lot of meaty, thick boy chugs in it. Yeah, I think it sounds really cool, man. I'm really, really into this. So, would I rip it or would I skip it? I'd rip this one. I think this is a rip it for sure. Now, my reasoning for that is I tried a similar product a while back on a rip it or skip it. Okay, so final verdict here on the 2 Notes Revolt guitar pedal. This one is a skip it for me. It's actually a pretty hard skip it. And this is not a knock on the 2 Notes stuff. They make really excellent products, but I didn't really vibe with their Revolt pedal. I just felt that it was kind of run-of-the-millish, and it was really emphasizing that tube in there. You know, it had like the clear window and like the LEDs around the tube that would change with the different thing. And it felt like that was the focus of the pedal, instead of like what the pedal can do to your guitar tone. Now this is a similar pedal, it's a high voltage tube pedal, but it feels like the emphasis with this is the tones you can get out of it and the flexibility that it has, the convenience it could give you inside the studio versus just being like gimmicky, I guess, with like kind of generic-ish tones. But I think that this pedal is really cool. I really like the convenience of it. I like that it has IR loading in it. I like that you can hook it up to your computer and you can load your own IRs on it. And you have some extra like sort of Easter eggy type controls in the program. I think that that's all really cool, but the biggest reason this is a ribbit for me is if you wanted like a Friedman tone and you want like an actual analog tube sound, like you don't want to go with the solid state, like they have that little mini amp, like you don't want that, or you don't want one of the solid state pedals, like you want actual tubes and you want that Friedman tone. I think that this is your lowest price entry point. You have the cab IRs, you have the boost. I feel like you get a lot out of this pedal, so that is why it is a rip-it for me. Shout out to all of my patrons and members. I could not do this without you guys. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button. If you really like what I do here on my channel, consider joining us over on Patreon, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.